Well, good afternoon, everyone. Kay, thank you for the very kind introduction. I love Kay so dearly. She's right. She drives like a bat out of hell. Part of that has to do with the fact that she's got three cell phones going on at once, and she's talking to people all over the place. And I just want to start. This is a tough day for all of us. I want to start by saying thank you. Saying thank you to the leaders on this call. Y'all are warriors. You have been in the trenches fighting for our country. It makes a huge difference. And I'm so grateful. Where we are now, we don't know for sure where we are for this election. Obviously, the presidential race is in flux. The media has now called it for Joe Biden, but there's ongoing litigation in multiple states, in Pennsylvania, in Georgia, in Nevada, in Arizona, in Michigan. So we'll see how that litigation shakes out, and I am hopeful that the Trump team is successful in their litigation challenges. I know all of us are incredibly frustrated. Tuesday night, election night, I'm sure y'all were doing what I was doing, which is Heidi and I were with friends celebrating the election. By midnight Tuesday night, the president had won Florida. The president had won Ohio, and we were leading in North Carolina and Michigan and Wisconsin and Pennsylvania. It looked to be a very, very good night. And frustratingly, maddeningly, as all of us know, in the hours and days since then, we've seen those votes slip away. There are certainly serious allegations of misconduct that I expect the litigation that's ongoing will assess and resolve those allegations. We do know of some major victories that we did win on Tuesday. In the House, we won a number of contested House seats. For those who saw Nancy Pelosi in her press conference, she was crestfallen. We have 13 new Republican women who have been elected to the House, including some incredible firebrands and congresswomen who are going to be strong leaders for our party. So thank you to everyone on this call, your leadership for making that happen. And I think we are also poised to keep control of the Senate. We won some big races. You know, the last week before the election, I spent on the road campaigning for the president and was campaigning with Senate candidates in North Carolina, in Montana, in Arizona, in Iowa, and in Texas. And I did 5 states in 5 days, barnstorm with the candidates. Thankfully, we won 4 out of 5 of those races, including some races that were close and contested, races like Montana and Iowa that we could easily have lost. North Carolina, Texas, we saw a strong victory in Texas. Unfortunately, it appears we lost in Arizona. I will tell you, Martha McSally put up a valiant fight, and I'm hopeful the president will be able to pull that out. They're continuing to battle over the last few thousand votes there. But that impact of holding on to the Senate is incalculably consequential. And we now know we've got 2 runoffs in Georgia. It appears the Senate is at 52-48. These 2 runoffs are January 5th, which means if nothing else changes between now and then, the 2 runoffs, the state of Georgia will decide control of the Senate. And I got to tell you, I cannot overstate to the women on this call. I know everyone is weary from a hard-fought election that we've just come through, but this election in Georgia, so the world, and I hope this doesn't happen, but if we do end up with a President Biden, the world is dramatically different if we have a majority leader, Chuck Schumer, than if Republicans keep the majority. To give you a sense, really, what is at stake, if we arrive in January and we've got Biden, Schumer, Pelosi, they will end the filibuster in the Senate. They will pack the U.S. Supreme Court. They will add 2 new states to the United States to add what they believe will be 4 new Democratic senators. And they will pass massive tax increases, including the Green New Deal that will be devastating to our economy. All of that, I believe, if they win the 2 Georgia seats, that happens. If, on the other hand, we hold on to those Georgia seats, none of those happens. They don't pack the court. They don't end the filibuster. We don't see a massive tax increase. We don't see new states added to the union. And so even though a President Biden would do, I think, enormous damage to the country, and I still hope and pray, and I'm working with the president to stop that from happening. But even though a President Biden has a great deal of executive and unilateral authority, the difference between having a Senate that can stop him versus a Senate that is a rubber stamp is night and day. And I think really is the difference between whether these next 2 years does unspeakable damage to the country or whether we hold it back from the brink and at least minimize the permanency and long-lasting impact of that damage, all of which is to say, so I have talked in the past week, I've talked to the president, I've told him anything you need, the answer is yes, I'm all in. And I've talked with both David Perdue and Kelly Loeffler, the two incumbent senators in Georgia. I've told them the same thing. I said, whatever you need, the answer is yes, no matter what. I'll come to Georgia, I'll campaign, I'll raise money, I'll work to turn people out. Yes, 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 we've got to win. And let me just encourage y'all, the women on this call, you know how to win elections. You know how to mobilize the grassroots. And what I would encourage you, we don't have very far till January 5th. And so I would say the battle to pour your heart and energy into while we are praying for the recounts and the president and that the presidential election turns around, let me encourage everyone, pour your passion into Georgia because of Majority Leader Chuck Schumer, I think would be catastrophically harmful.
Thank you so much, Senator Cruz, for sharing your invaluable insights and your precious time with NFRW. Yes, we are NFR warriors, and we're ready. We're ready to join you in your fight to protect our country. On behalf of all my members, deepest appreciation for your remarkable and brave actions that truly inspire us.
Thank you, Ann. God bless you, and thank you for the tremendous work y'all are doing.